Hi, I'm Maureen Tara Nelson of MTN Matchmaking with the very lovely and talented Christy Love.
Hello, happy Friday.
Happy Good Friday today, my Catholic friends. And don't forget, don't eat meat. Sorry, we are late today. We're late every single Friday Facebook Live for the past 15 years, except for once. And it wasn't a good one. But oops, is that someone? Well, first of all, we made a mistake that we were recording. We weren't live. Clearly, we have no interest in recording this whatsoever. So let me just make it open to the public. Okay, there, save. Okay, I got it off private. We should be good now. So we do have some questions. We do have to kind of make it fast because it's Good Friday and I have to observe.
Yes.
And I have to go to a Friday Facebook, a Friday happy hour. And you just said you made me a 3:30 thing.
Mhm.
And at 2:00, someone is coming to buy my desk here in Myrtle Beach
Okay, good.
through Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
okay, so let's just get right to the questions. Go ahead, shoot.
First one is, what is the craziest must-have you have heard when asking people what their 5 must-haves are?
Oh. Well, this is the kind of question that I regret doing these live like this, and I think would be better to tell me ahead of time because there's so many
Mm-hmm.
like stupid things. I've had people say stupid things that made me disqualify them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I got a brother, and I want the girl to do both of us. I'm like, what? Get out, get out.
Yes.
It's crazy. When
I-
matchmaking first came out 25 years ago, people really didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of dopes like that situation because I think it was my first year.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I remember I said to my mentor, I gave up my pharmaceutical career for this. I told my family, this is legit.
Yeah.
Then one mafia guy comes in and now they're listening to this in another office. Okay. I've never done that, but other companies have.
Yeah.
And the mafia guy goes, yeah, you got some set of goods on you. Now, I have to keep my composure.
Yeah.
But I hear them screaming, laughing from, the office.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy stories.
Yes, I remember in the office too, we had someone call in asking for some very specific things that are not our forte here.
Right. You
Wild.
just can't make this up, what we do every single day.
Yeah.
But I guess I won't get in my half-hour nap. I like my nap. So hopefully the lady can just give me the $100. Just go in. She's
Yep.
going to have to dismantle this thing. And I hope she doesn't think I'm helping. There it is.
Yeah.
3 large pieces of a desk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question.
Okay. Do you believe that long distance relationships can work?
Is this a real question, Kristen? Or
This is a real question.
did someone email this question, or did you perhaps ask this question?
Okay, I might have asked just this one.
No, I knew it. Well, yes, I know for 20 years I always said no.
Oh, wow.
Why do long distance when there are 3,000? Well, we didn't always have 3,000 clients, but we have 3,000 clients on Long Island. So I was always dead set against it. And then my brother Brian had a long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I'll keep an open mind and I'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
That worked out. But then a year and a half ago, we went national. So MTN Matchmaking is national. So of course, I believe in, when you find the right person, you just have to do things differently with dating. And that person can live anywhere across the country, or,
Mhm.
we have people in Ireland too that
Yeah.
I've worked with before. But yeah, I mean, you would have to FaceTime the person.
Mhm.
You have to talk a lot,
Yeah.
probably more so than if you lived 15 minutes away from one
Yeah.
another.
Mhm.
So it's completely different. But yes, I believe in it. To answer your question, go ahead, troublemaker.
I was just curious.
Hmm.
Um, so someone did write in, do you take on clients that are virgins or inexperienced in relationships and dating?
Well, of course, but I mean, some,
I know that, but
yeah,
the question that
right.
was,
But like, did the person say anything about like how old the person would be? Because typically it's someone young.
yeah,
Oh, they did say the age? What
yeah,
was the age?
it was 50.
50? Okay. Well, certainly on Good Friday,
Mhm.
the way I was brought up, when that guy wrote in about being a virgin at 50,
Mhm.
he should be commended by God for being a virgin,
Mhm.
if that's why he is a virgin,
Absolutely.
that he was waiting to, get married and then blah, blah, blah. But we don't know that.
Yeah.
Typically, because I do have, and this, I have a dating coaching client that I'm working with now who actually watches the show. So he's a nice guy. So a lot of times you don't have to be ready for matchmaking to call us. And I guess Asa is not watching because Asa usually will put up our phone number in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Um, so I take on dating coaching per person.
Mhm.
It depends upon the person. They can't annoy me. They have to be cool, you know, all of that stuff. So,
It is
but it
nice.
is less expensive too. It's really only $1,000, and they're getting a few sessions for that.
Yeah, and it's nice to know that they have that option, even if they're not ready to fully commit to joining, that it's their
Right,
way. It can be a way of them
right.
dipping their toe in and building confidence. So that's good.
And it's also something that, over the years, you girls have done this just without thinking. If you don't think someone would qualify, you've said, do you want me to ask them if they
Mhm.
want dating coaching? So that's
Yeah.
just great. So
Yeah.
great job, Christy. I
Mhm.
hope everyone realizes Christy is, I think, the same age as when I broke into this industry. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to go all out and be the best matchmaker on Long Island and have the greatest clients and have a whole list of things that were just part of our membership, because
Mhm.
there were other companies obviously, and I saw the things that they did wrong, and
Yeah.
I swore I would never do that. So
Mhm.
with our service, everyone knows hopefully that there's no felonies. You can't have a felony. um, you have to be positive,
Mhm.
emotionally stable, so you know what you want, financially stable, and looking for a committed relationship. So think of how easy that is. But if anyone right now is using online dating sites, 1%, 1% pass that easy screening process.
Mhm.
Isn't it's just unbelievable. But
Yeah.
if you think about anyone that you've gone out with, that, yeah, that they weren't looking for a committed relationship, and then they tend to waste years of girls' lives over this. Just nonsense.
Mhm.
Just get off those damn sites. But
Absolutely. So we have one more question. And
oh, okay. Boy,
this
today's a short one.
yeah.
Oh,
This
and we have my beautiful, we can't say who she is because our clients are private, but she's also in our elite program coming in for photos.
yeah,
I love her. Love
yeah.
her.
She's wonderful.
And the guy before was another elite guy from 2 days ago that I signed up. Today is like this week we've just, it's just
Yeah, he was
great
fantastic as
people.
well. We really do have such wonderful people in this program, and it's so nice to see. All of my friends laugh at me because I tell them how excited I am about this job, and they're confused because some of them are not as excited about their jobs.
Right.
So,
You'll find that because
mhm.
I was always like that.
Yeah.
And I I don't think I've ever had a girlfriend that used to go around saying all the time she loves her job. And
Yeah.
I used to say it all the time.
And
And I
one
would
of my friends is like, every time you talk about it, you're just glowing. You're just, and I'm like, I love it. It's so exciting.
and I would have these crazy wild stories too. And now forget once I owned my own business, forget it. It's
Yeah.
again, I have to finish my book from
Oh,
it's
definitely.
either 7 or 12 years ago. I don't even know where I have to tone it down
Mhm.
and not tell all the crazy things that I've done in this career.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay.
Our last
Did,
question is
oh,
interesting. A woman wrote in, she said, what do I do if I'm on a date and it's going bad? Should I leave?
okay. Well, it's a very good question because number one, your safety, if it's going bad because of someone scaring you or your safety is an issue,
Mm-hmm.
you go right to the manager or the bartender, you tell them the situation, and you go. And that's it. You
Mm-hmm.
have them deal with it. And they know what to do. And it's happened to restaurants before. In
Yeah.
fact, a lot of restaurants even have code words, like at Hooters. When you go there,
Oh,
they'll, give girls a little piece of paper first that says, if you're on an online, well, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it.
oh,
If you're
cool.
on a date and you don't feel safe, ask for this code word and we'll take care of it. I
Yeah.
always remember, like, way to go, Hooters. Whereas everyone was like, those bimbos in those orange shorts. I'm like, I was asked to be a Hooter girl in college. Not so bad.
Yes.
My mother would have had a heart attack. Oh my God. So, okay. But there are girls on the flip side of that have said,
Mhm.
no, no, he didn't look like my picture. No, 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 no. First of all, on our program, you never leave. You
Mhm.
never look for things wrong because you are, when you get nervous, all daters do it. You subconsciously look for things wrong
Mhm.
because you're nervous. Then when you do that and if you look to find something wrong with anyone, you're going to find it. I
Yes.
can tell you 100 things wrong with me right now. I don't know why people are so unrealistic in this world. I could easily tell you every one of my faults, but anyway. So the point is, you can't be ridiculous about it. Okay.
Mhm.
If there's little tiny things, you don't leave because that is
Yeah.
totally disrespectful.
Yeah.
So if it has nothing to do with your safety and just your selfish,
Mhm.
personality
Yeah.
and you're being a bitch, then you stay and you learn how to open up your mind to
Mhm.
give people another chance because, who knows? But again, I'm certainly not condoning showing old photos, of course,
Yeah. Mhm.
but things like that would never happen here because we take the photos.
Exactly.
So, okay, what time is she coming in? All right,
He's probably
in soon.
a couple minutes. Yeah.
Okay, well, tell her I said hi and that I love her.
I will.
And I like it when other people, like when Sasha used to set it up, because we have to ask Sasha how she does it, because I don't really do it correctly. And I know, I don't think people are allowed to comment right now. I
Yeah.
hope they're allowed to see it. I hope.
Yes.
But so anyway, today is Good Friday.
Mhm.
If you're Catholic, don't eat meat. That's all I remember. Um, and in my own head, my mother's talking of, thank Jesus for dying for us, opening up the gates of heaven. Is
Mhm.
that what you think of when you think of Easter?
Yes.
So, But everyone have a wonderful Easter. And as crazy as this sounds, Easter is always a holiday that single people are lonely
Hmm.
because for whatever reason, they're not with their families due to certain reasons.
Yeah.
So over the years, I have worked every single Easter. Now,
Wow.
I would never ask anyone else to work, but
Hmm.
I take appointments on Easter. So you can call our hotline, which is 516-413-0737. You can call for your consultation with me, either, of course, Saturday, but Sunday as well, because we do have our Easter special going on. And I'd hate for people to miss out on that because of the great discounts
Hmm.
we have. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be working on Easter. What about you? What are you doing?
I actually might be going to my aunt and uncle's house. My parents are away. My sister lives in Virginia. So,
Oh,
yeah.
hmm. We should have had your sister and Sasha from Virginia to come here to Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
Oh, but no, that's not fair because I would talk you all into working with me. But your hair looks great. Did you do something different?
Thank
I
you.
mean, it always looks great, but
I got it dyed recently and I blew it out a little bit different.
wow. So that's a highlight?
Hmm.
I love highlight or low light.
Yeah, just the highlight and a toner.
Wow. I
Yeah,
would love.
I got a new girl that does my color now, and I love it. She does such.
Where is she? What place?
She's located in Seaford. She actually has a studio in her house. She's a full salon
Oh,
setup.
wow.
Really nice, yeah.
Gosh, when I lived in the house I lived in my whole life, practically, with big events, they were all from Bangs. Richie
Okay.
from Bangs is the greatest when I have big events,
That's
because
so funny. I go to Gina from Bangs for
yeah,
years. For
yeah, I
years.
love the girls. In fact, most of those girls have successfully sent us recommendation. People
Mhm.
referred us, and we've made them successful. So,
When I first started here, I was talking to her about it. She doesn't do my color, but she does my extensions, and
wow.
knew exactly who you were. And she was like, "Oh, I know her. She used to come in. She has such a good personality." She was so funny.
Because Richie goes above and beyond when I come in. It's
Yeah.
just, I can't even say the things he says because it's embarrassing for me and it's not true. It's
Yeah.
overly inflated, but it works. Keeps me coming all the time. But
Exactly.
he actually would send the girls to my house. And he
Oh,
was fine
wow.
with that. Like, how cool is that?
That's awesome.
That,
Mhm.
yeah.
And what
So,
customer service? I don't know any other salon that does that.
right. But
Mhm.
I remember it was after the pandemic, and we started getting um, people would call to be on TV things, and
Mhm.
I couldn't go in the studio, so I'd have to do it in my home office back then.
Yeah.
And so the girls would come over at 7 a.m., and I'd get hair and makeup, and it was fun.
Very
So,
nice.
anyway, so everyone, we wish you a very happy weekend
Mhm.
and happy Easter.
Sure.
And you have to call us. So you have to call on that hotline if you
Mhm.
want that Easter discount. Okay, because Easter, it's done. And I
Mhm.
can't go back. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
All right. Happy Easter.
Bye.